What is inside of me, I'll never come back here again, I'll surrender. 'Cause I really know that you hate me. Since the day I was born, you never loved me. You try to pull me down, you hate me. 'Cause Father has chosen me, he loved me. I never trusted you. My hands are tied, I don't know what to do. Why don't you leave us alone? 'Cause we no longer help you. I saw on the news, you did what you have done. Still ain't no solution, they burn it down. What's up, man? Wanted to get
And Joe Shirt, once again, off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a couple of days. Sorry. Life continues despite my best intentions. But welcome back once again. Cheers. Now, before we get started into all the stories I got going today, there's a lot going on today, believe you me. And if you don't know about what I mean by today's title, Person of Interest, for real, then you are living under a seriously heavy, big rock, I gotta tell you. But before I get into that, you know what? Let's go start out with some lighter fare right now. First of all, let me just introduce today's opening band. That was XY and their song Hate Me. And let us do, today being June 7th, birthdays from June's 4th. There we go. Let's do June 4th birthdays. That way I try to get them all, at least 4th, 5th, and the 7th. 5th and the 7th. 5th, no, let's do the 5th. June 5th birthday, from Wednesday. If you had a birthday on June 5th, you shared birthdays with Susie Ormond, 61 years old. Jeff Garland is 50. Let's see, Nico McBain is 60. You might know him from Iron Maiden. Kenny G is 56. There's a big difference between those two. Pete Wentz is 33 from Fall Out Boy. And Mark Wahlberg, that's right, Marky Mark, is 41 years old as of June 5th. Happy birthday to all those guys. Like I said, we're going to start with a little lighter fare, especially since this is the very first day of, the Gay Pride weekend here in West Hollywood. Always a big, big deal over here. There's going to be concerts. There's going to be costume parties. There's going to be contests. There's going to be a parade on Sunday, which is, like I said, if you've never seen before, you have to try it at least once in your life just to go, holy fucking shit. It's a great thing to watch. Not quite as good as Halloween here in West Hollywood, but I got to tell you, it runs a really, really close second. So way to, really definitely just check that out. Unfortunately, while we are celebrating Gay Pride this weekend, we are also grieving the loss of the last lesbian bar here in West Hollywood, the Palms, right here, which has been operating for a long time. Why is it closing? Well, there's a lot of questions here and there as to why here or there, but I think what it really has to do with is out of the 35,000 West Hollywood residents, of which I am one, 40% of these residents identify themselves as being gay males. Okay? So that is a big chunk of the population. Okay? Almost half the people here are gay dudes. And if you've ever hung out in this neighborhood, that will become easily apparent to you within like the first 3 seconds. Now, on the opposite end of that is, of course, the percentage of people that identify themselves as being lesbian female, which is 3. That is correct. Out of the 35,000 residents of West Hollywood, 40% identify themselves as gay male, 3% identify themselves as female lesbian or gay female, So that might have something to do with the fact that the lesbian bar is closing. And I feel bad for them because I do have lesbian friends, And my friend Vicky Wagner is one of them. And I know that, she's the one that informed me about this, and it's kind of sad. The same week as Gay Pride, you're losing the only lesbian bar in the fucking area, so that sucks on a very special kind of level. Now, if you're going to be in the area, let's say today, lots of stuff going on. The weekend kicks off with Purple Celebration. It's an admission-free event devoted to lesbian culture. Again, the irony of the fact that the last lesbian bar is closing has not escaped on me. Electro rock duo Her will perform, as well as singer Luciana. Was collaborated with hot list of musicians, including Kylie Minogue. Let's see, Friday also plays host to the annual Dyke March. Again, the irony is thick, where thousands of women come together to show their solidarity in their community, but apparently they don't show up to support their local bar. I know that was a dig, ladies. I am sorry. The Transgender LA Pride Party also takes place on Friday night, with variety of performances by talented transgender artists at Bill's Cafe near the Robertson Gate entrance. There you go. That's something big for you to go check out there. Now, on Saturday, fun starts in the early afternoon with DJ Tony G, which continues all afternoon with the addition of the Latino Carnival stage hosted by Club Poppy. And in case you are not familiar, lots of Latinos are in fact gay. I got a gang of gay relatives. Stage operates Saturday and Sunday night with performances by Mao, Angel Lopez, Chico's Angels, and quite a bit more. Excuse me. There'll also be an alternative hip-hop duo, Chitty Bang, which will be followed by pop songstress Clara, who will perform her hits Goodies, Ride It, and Like a Boy. And, of course, finally, Sunday we have the actual parade, which you can't describe it to you, without actually seeing. You have to come and see it, man. You really do. Like I said, the second wildest thing here, other than Halloween. So definitely something you want to check into. Okay. One of my favorite targets, as always, are the people who are trying to limit our freedoms in this country by alleging political correctness. And by defending our health and the health of our children. And who's up to it this time? It's Starbucks. Apparently, Starbucks is going to be instituting a new ban on smoking. Now, they already banned smoking in the shop. They banned smoking in the outdoor eating and sitting areas that they have all over the country. But now they're saying that as of Saturday, they will be prohibiting anybody to smoke within 25 feet of a Starbucks. Go fuck yourself, Starbucks. Okay? Go fuck yourself right in the fucking ass. I don't know where they get off thinking they can do this, but good luck to you, all right? As it stands here in West Hollywood and most of Los Angeles, if not most of California, yes, you are not allowed to smoke within, I believe it's 5 feet of an eatery, of an outdoor eatery or anything like that, within 5 feet. So I will be spending my time smoking my cigars at about 5.5 feet from my local Starbucks. There's 30 of them right here in this neighborhood. So I'm just going to light up and smoke along. And really, how are they going to enforce this rule? The sidewalks are not even 25 feet wide. So what are you supposed to do? So you're supposed to be smoking your cigarette, walking along. As soon as you get within 25 feet of Starbucks, put it out. Then when you're beyond, you can light back up. Once again, fuck yourself, Starbucks. And I'm sure a lot of people resonate with that one, people that don't really like Starbucks. And then going back once again to what we like to call the suppression of our freedoms in the name of political correctness. Facebook is being attacked and vilified for allowing hate speech on its pages. Now, look, I'm not a big fan of hate speech. Okay, I don't like the idea that people go around saying and writing whatever they want. and Facebook is a private company. They're their own company. They can do whatever they want with it. But and if they decide that they want to not allow hate speech on their sites, and then that's completely up to them. But I always remember, that this is supposed to be America, and we're supposed to be able to say whatever we want, give our opinions on whatever we want. Now, the biggest issue we have right here is Women, Action, and the Media, also known as WHAM, have launched their little blitzkrieg against Facebook, saying that Facebook has been too lax in allowing people to write a bunch of hate speech, hate blogs, and hate messages on their Facebook pages, particularly aimed at women, also known as misogyny. Okay, for those of you who don't know that big word, misogyny, is the act of hating women, or a misogynist, somebody that hates women. A lot of people like to think that only men can hate women, but no. There are a lot of self-hating women out there, and women that do in fact hate other women all the time. And plenty of people, plenty of the big companies out there are pulling off of Facebook, or at least retreating from Facebook until Facebook finds a way to officially enforce its rules in a more effective way. Dove soap, Nissan being among these. Of course, the real problem being is that Facebook has to walk quite the tightrope when it comes to this, because, okay, yes, we don't want to offend people on Facebook with hate speech, because then our advertisers pull out and Facebook loses money. But you don't want to overly censor Facebook, because then the people that use Facebook go, well, fuck you, Facebook is a bunch of posers and I'm not going to use it anymore. And then they pull out, which makes the advertisers pull out already again. So like I said, Facebook it's got a very weird tightrope that's got to walk. Now, Yahoo is not going along with this. Yahoo themselves, they decided that, if people want to post whatever they want to post, they can go ahead. That will include, hate speech, hate blogs, pictures of all sorts. I'm sure they have their limits. They're not like they're putting snuff films up on there, but It really is one of those areas where everybody, they're trying to be careful. They're trying to keep the people, their fans, happy, while at the same time getting their revenue stream continuing to stream in. Like I said, it's a tightrope. It's not easy for them. My opinion has always been freedom of speech. I believe in it. If you happen to hate a particular group, go ahead, hate that particular group. The group that you hate does not have to go to your Facebook page and read everything it is you're saying. Generally speaking, these hate groups are not attracting new members all that often, okay? Matter of fact, the only people that are going on these hate group Facebook sites or any type of websites are the people that already hate the same things. They're just looking for more people to connect with. I don't know. I've always said, if you don't like it, don't watch it, don't listen to it, don't read it. That's what I have to say about that one. Maybe it's an oversimplification for a lot of you, but maybe sometimes the simple answer, the Occam's razor answer, is usually the most correct answer. And with that being said, we're going to take our first break and go to our next song with our second music band today. This one is called, the band is called 10 Mile Tide, and their song, Bad Girls. I'm Joe the Shirt, I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back.
She finished cooling my hair, she looked in my eyes, and here
Welcome back with Joe the Shirts off the cuff. That was 10 Mile Tide and their song Bad Girls. As you can see, I'm going with quite a bit of an eclectic collection today. And we're talking a lot today, or at least on this segment, our subject matter is a little deeper here. We're talking about personal liberties, personal rights, privacy, all that. For instance, recent decision, justices let cops swab DNA at arrest. Apparently, taking a sample from a suspect in a serious crime isn't an unreasonable search, the High Court rules. The Supreme Court now, cleared the way Monday for police to take DNA samples from all people arrested in serious crimes. The decision means that a mouth swab for DNA is likely to become as common as taking fingerprints and a mugshot of those who are taken for the police under arrest, which is, as we all know, a very effective way, DNA in testing for serial rapists and killers and other violent criminals. Passed by a vote of 5-4. Unless you guys didn't know out there, 29 states already, including California and the federal government, go further and take DNA samples from at least some people who are just arrested. Okay? Not necessarily just serious crimes. Now, according to them, they don't think this is a violation of any rights, which is, I believe, the Fourth Amendment, against unreasonable searches. Quote, according to them, the use of DNA for identification is no different than matching an arrestee's face to a wanted poster or of a previously unidentified suspect, or matching tattoos to a known gang symbols, or matching the arrestee's fingerprints to those recovered from a crime scene. The only difference between DNA analysis and the accepted use of fingerprint database is the unparalleled accuracy of DNA evidence. And according to this, make no mistake, another quote here, make no mistake about it, because of today's decision, your DNA can be taken and entered into a national database if you are ever arrested rightly or wrongly for whatever reason, okay? So we're not just talking about violent criminals or serial killers or rapists or child molesters, or bank robbers, murderers. We're talking about, you get busted for, blowing .08 on a DUI, you're under arrest. Okay, they take a picture, they take your fingerprints, they're taking your DNA, and they're putting it away somewhere. They're putting that information away from somewhere. The FBI already has a database of about 11 million DNA samples, which they are expecting to grow exponentially over the next year or two and beyond. Now, in California, DNA collection is broader than in most states, like, say, Maryland, because it tests for all felonies, and the federal government is even broader because it extends to all arrest. Now, I've talked about this before because, I do believe it's a bit of an encroachment. I mean, yes, in a lot of ways it is similar to, okay, you're getting your picture taken. Great. You're getting your fingerprints taken. Great. Okay, you're under arrest. And now they're taking a DNA sample, and the question becomes, okay, with a face picture and a fingerprint, they know who you are. With a DNA sample, they know what you are. Because it's only a matter of time, I believe, before these samples somehow or another get leaked out to other types of agencies, not necessarily law enforcement agencies, government agencies, but other legitimate agencies that have no real right to them, like, say, somebody that's trying to, approve a paternity suit. Now, I know you're all thinking, well, that's not a big deal. You should be able to get DNA from somebody that owes, on child support. Well, maybe you do and maybe you don't. I don't know, but I don't think that you should be forced to take a DNA test and it be made available to just about anybody. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say on this one because I got a much bigger fish to fry today. Now, This is the story. This is person of interest for real. You may have heard that the U.S. government has been secretly tapping internet servers. Emails and other data are sought for possible links to espionage and terror investigations. That's what the title of the article says. According to this, pardon me. The U.S. Director of National Intelligence, late Thursday, that's last night now, confirmed the existence of a secret program in which the government has tapped into the central servers of 9 leading internet companies to search for data potentially linked to terrorism, espionage, or nuclear proliferation. But he called, this is what he admits to, okay? He admits that, yeah, we went into all these internet databases, and we decided, fuck it, we're just going to go on through here and look for whatever the fuck we want and use it at our disposal, and the American people can go fuck themselves. Okay, that's basically what he's saying here. And but then he proceeds to call 2 newspapers' disclosure of this fact as reprehensible. Okay. Now, this is something I'm only just finding out about. I know most of you are only just finding out about. But if you are smarter than the average coaster, you probably suspected that the government was doing this already anyway. Okay? I mean, really, I'm sure that there's more than a few of you, I'd say more than half of you easily, if not most of you, that already believe that the government was keeping tabs on you. In some way or another, maybe not you specifically, but other people you know. I'm sure you suspected that. I personally am not overly worried about this because I'm not a particularly private person. Because let's face facts, anything I'm willing to have on my Facebook account, Yahoo account, Google account, Twitter account, Tumblr account, Stumbler account, Spreaker account, I've already tell you guys about, I'd say 99% of it anyway, okay? You're not going to embarrass me too fucking easily. You're not going to come up with something, what if we tell people this about you? And I'm like, well, I told them about that last week on the show. But that's me. Some of you may be a bit more reserved about this. Now, I'm going to read on a little bit here. Under the 6-year-old program, the code-named PRISM, P-R-I-S-M, the FBI and National Security Agency have searched for emails, videos, photographs, and other documents. The effort involves, you're going to love this, Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, Paltalk, AOL, Skype, YouTube, and Apple. And this was all busted out wide open by the Washington Post and Britain's Guardian newspapers, which reported on it, which reported quoting from a classified documents among internet companies. Only Twitter has so far been a holdout, according to the Post. Now, the Director of National Intelligence, James R. Clapper, confirmed the program, but said the Post and Guardian articles contained numerous inaccuracies. I'm sure they did. Let's go with that one. Now, what's really funny, of course, is while this particular report by these papers is saying that the United States has been secretly tapping internet servers, they are also saying, it's also being said that these internet servers were actually complicit with the United States government and its tappings. Now, of course, Apple, Google, Facebook, and Yahoo all completely deny that they ever were complicit with what happened here. Now, normally when I go through these newspaper articles, I highlight the really interesting parts. I've highlighted almost 75% of this article because it is so huge in what is going on here. According to Clapper, the lead guy there, said that the program was intended to target foreigners and cannot be used to intentionally target any U.S. citizen. Right. Sure it's not. The Foreign Intelligence Court, the executive branch in Congress, oversees the program, which was recently authorized by Congress after extensive hearings and debate, said, quote, information collected under this program is among the most important and valuable foreign intelligence information we collect and is used to protect our nation from a wide variety of threats. I believe that. Don't get me wrong. I believe that part of what the government is telling us. I do believe that by tapping into all these internet servers and looking for patterns within the internet between certain places and times, yes, they can figure out with the right computer algorithm that something can happen that they may be able to prevent. But while they say that they don't intentionally go through the information of U.S. citizens, it still, in fact, does happen. Let me continue a little bit here. The Post says that it has obtained information about PRISM from a career intelligence officer who provided PowerPoint slides to expose what he believed to be a gross intrusion of privacy. A presentation for senior NSA analysts described PRISM as the most prolific contributor to the president's daily brief, which cited PRISM data in 1,477 articles just last year. Also known as 1 in 7 intelligence reports came from this particular program, PRISM. Which means, of course, that, yes, our President Barack Obama, was well aware of what was going on here. For how long? Well, you know what? It's a lot longer than you might think, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Now, according to this, in most cases, internet companies have voluntarily cooperated with PRISM in return for immunity from lawsuits. Of course, these companies deny this as well. Quote, "We have never heard of PRISM," Apple said in a statement Thursday night. "We do not provide any government agency with direct access to our servers, and any government agency requesting consumer data must get a court order." Yahoo issued a similar denial. Yahoo takes users' privacy very seriously. "We do not provide the government with direct access to our server systems or network." Google said, quote, "It does not have a backdoor for the government to access private data." And Joe Sullivan, chief security officer at Facebook, said, quote, "We do not provide any government organization with direct access to Facebook." And yet the government is saying something else entirely. Okay, they're saying that, yeah, they did provide us with this information, and they are, according to them, allowed secretly under classified acts and provisions within our government. And if you don't believe that this happens, then again, you are under that really, really big rock. But this goes even beyond just computer hacking, and this, which is basically what it amounts to. Now, most of us have nothing the government cares about. That we really don't. All right, the government does not give a flying fuck whose neighbor you're banging, who. They don't give a flying fuck, whose kid you actually fathered. They don't give a flying fuck about any. They don't care that you're stealing cable. They really don't. Whatever it is you're doing, they don't care about. But it does, in a lot of ways, scare the living shit out of most of us. The idea that, emails that we're sending to our secret lover, maybe being read and maybe someday used against you. I mean, the average person, no, not really. The United States government, if I was, banging, some chick across town, they wouldn't be calling my girlfriend, or threatening me saying, well, if you don't do this for us, we're going to tell your girlfriend. Because you know what? I can't do anything for them. But, there are certain people in certain parts of government that this type of information can be used against them. Or, maybe certain politicians, maybe certain businesses, certain CEOs, this type of information that can be used against them. And it's very sensitive stuff that they would not like to, let be known out there. Now, the second part of this story, there is more, is the fact that the government's been tapping our phones as well. Since when? Since 2006. And by the way, this program that I was talking about earlier, operating at least since 2008. Okay? Now, And once again, it's being used as an anti-terror effort, which takes numbers dialed, other data nearly every day for nearly every American over the last 7 years. Though the government officials say they don't eavesdrop, they don't listen in to the conversation. You know what? We'll get back to that right after this break, okay? Oh, before we do, though, let me take care of June 6th birthdays, okay? That was yesterday. Colin Quinn turned 46, funny man, comedian. Sandra Bernhard, 57. Colm Neely is 47 years old. Hockey legend, of course. Harvey Fierstein, another funny man, is 60. Paul Giamatti, actor, 45. Jason Isaacs is 49. And Robert Englund is 65. And you're thinking to yourself, who the fuck is Robert Englund? He was Freddy from A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'll be right back. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff. And here's our next song by The Craze. Their song, Invincible. Okay, you know what I can't see? Letting the song continue. Joe the Shirt is back and off the cuff. I couldn't do it to you guys. I was listening to this and I'm like slowly here praying for death. Sorry. Now, before I get back to the rest of this story here, the last of the birthdays. Today's birthday is June 7th. Actor William Forsythe is 57 years old. Musician Dave Navarro is 45. Carl Urban is 40. Let's see. Where'd they go? Muammar Gaddafi would have had a birthday today, as well as Jessica Tandy and Paul Gauguin. Anna Kournikova is 31 years old. Bill Hader is 34. He's from SNL. Wrestler Mankind is 47. Mike Cera from oh god, what the name is that? What is the name of that goddamn TV show that I just finished watching the entire thing on Netflix? Arrested Development. He's 24 years old. He plays the son of Jason Bateman. Basketball legend Allen Iverson is 37 years old. Shares a birthday with Dean Martin. Liam Neeson is 60. Tom Jones is 72. And Prince is 54. Now, those last two are the most interesting ones to me because Prince did the song Kiss. Don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. He did that one. But then Tom Jones did a cover of that song. And if you've never heard it, you really have to. I wish I had some of it to play today. Maybe I'll post it later for you guys to listen to. But he would do the same exact song, but in the old Tom Jones way. He would go, you don't have to be beautiful. I love both versions for very, very, very different reasons. Anyway, we're talking about the United States government tapping our phones. The federal government has amassed a database for at least 7 years now containing details on virtually every telephone call made within the United States or between this country and telephones abroad. The data collected includes the phone numbers involved, the time, date, and duration of calls, and the route a call takes through telephone networks. Now, officials, who we know we can all trust, emphasized that the effort did not include listening to conversations. This is what they said. They basically said that, okay, we know that you called somebody from your number to their number. We know when. We know for how long. We know what company you used, but we weren't listening. Which is possible. It's completely possible. But now, if investigators have, quote, reasonable, articulable suspicion that a phone number is part of a terrorist network, the government can seek a court warrant to search the database for calls connected to that number. Now, according to them, the database can only be used for counterterrorism investigations and not for routine criminal cases. Because at no point does anybody believe that the federal government would ever take information about, just normal, local, regular crimes and pass it on to, say, your normal, local, regular police. No, they'd never share that information, I'm sure. Again, reported on by the Washington Post and Britain's The Guardian. Now, here's a quote for you. The program could hardly be any more alarming. It's a program in which some untold number of innocent people have been put under constant surveillance. Jamil Jaffer, Deputy Legal Director of the American Civil Liberties Union, said. But here's the thing now. While it may sound like a super-duper secret government thing, it's not. Senior members of both parties defended the telephone data mining in uncompromising terms, saying that congressional committees repeatedly have been briefed on it. Quote, within the last few years, this program was used to stop a terrorist attack in the United States, said Mike Rogers, a representative from Michigan, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. We know that. It's important. State Intelligence Committee Chairwoman Dianne Feinstein from California said the country has faced continued terrorist threats, and the surveillance was designed to ferret out before it happens. It's called Protecting America. And please understand that they're not being unreasonable. Understand when I say this. They're not being unreasonable. Wiretapping and tapping into our computer servers, going through emails. They're not wrong. It's a very effective way to fight terrorism, to fight attacks against our country. And at the same time, it does give you that nasty Big Brother effect, doesn't it? That 1984 effect that we all like to claim, isn't part of our country's image. That's somebody else. That's communist Russia. That's China. That's Cuba. That's Korea. No, motherfucker, that's us. All right? That is us that is doing that to us. And like I keep telling you guys, we put it into play, okay? Don't blame the government for this. Don't blame the internet for this. Don't blame the phone companies for this. We wanted this. After 9/11 especially. After 9/11, we were demanding more protection. We were demanding our government find a way to keep us protected from these assholes. To make sure that, our citizens are safe from these outside threats. And the trade-in for that was making us vulnerable to inside threats. That's the trade-in we made. What's the old saying? Freedom isn't free. No, it's not, motherfucker. It's just not. I know I'm using a lot of motherfuckers today, but that's because I'm feeling it today. I feel the spirit in me. Now, the newspapers did not say how they obtained the order, which was labeled top secret, and apparently wasn't meant to be declassified until the year 2038. So, oh my God! So about 25 years from now, they were planning on letting us know. Oh yeah, you remember back in 2013? Yeah, we were spying on all of you. I mean, we still are, but, we were spying on you back then, too. And like I said, this goes back to 2006. It's been disclosed that the operation has been going non-stop since the year 2006, beginning with George W. Bush administration and continuing unabated under President Obama. Here's a quote for you. What we're doing is we're trying to data mine, said Senator Lindsey Graham. What we're trying to do is look at the database in America of phone numbers and match them up with people who know that are in the terrorist business. We know certain parts of the world are terrorist-rich environments. When you get a hit, when you get a hit where you're finding, hey, this is a phone number from this part of the tribal regions, it's calling somebody in South Carolina, we go looking. And a lot of people are pissed off that, not way back when Barack Obama was a senator, he was known for criticizing George Bush for what he considered, illegal invasions of American privacy. And now he's being, painted as a hypocrite, saying that, isn't this exactly what you were opposing all those years ago? And now you're doing the exact same thing. And when it comes to the whole idea of privacy, now here's one for you. According to the federal government, it is not an invasion of privacy because your phone number is not considered your property. Okay? It's considered the property of the phone companies. All right? All these carriers you're with, T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, the phone number that you're using, it's not considered your property, man. You don't have a legal private right to it. And information that goes over your phones, the internet, there are stacks of paper, there are documents, there are files on computers that are being processed back and forth between all these people that have access to it, so it's not considered private. And then forget about, trying to get your stuff protected, because Justice Department lawyers have used procedural barriers and claims of secrecy to thwart several lawsuits. Individuals, according to the paper, have little opportunity to contest government efforts to obtain telephone records because courts consider the information the property of the phone companies and not of individual subscribers. And this wasn't something that happened recently, okay? FISA, which is the government agency, the secret government agency that's in charge of this, which is presided over by a secret panel of judges, was passed by Congress in 1978, establishing the special court that considers secret requests from the government for surveillance orders. Okay, so even if you do find out, your phone company is giving away your information, your internet company, or your Facebook or Google or whoever is giving away your information to the government upon their request, you have no legal recourse, because as soon as you talk to them about it, as soon as you mention it to them, they'll tell you, oh, well, you know what? We'd let you take this to court, but we can't because it's a secret and it's a matter of security. Yeah. Government, security, national security. Can't acknowledge that we did it. I'm not going to deny that we did it, and we can't even talk to you about it. We can't even let you bring it to court to talk about it because it's a matter of national security. Sorry, I can't do it. Can't talk about it because national security. And like I said, in a lot of ways, they're right. Actually, what really pisses me off about this whole phone tapping and computer tapping thing that they've been doing is the fact that, we found out about it. I mean, really, what kind of shitty secret government agencies do we have that they couldn't keep their secrets to themselves? We know about it. Last quote of the day. Before police can wiretap a phone call, they must persuade a judge to give them a search warrant. This requires showing they have probable cause to believe a crime is in progress. But in the 1970s, the court said business records, tax records, and phone records are not truly private. These records circulate through offices and through mail. Because such records are not protected under the Fourth Amendment, and a police official or FBI agent may obtain them by sending in an order to a business saying they are needed for an investigation. So again, your rights, your privacy is pretty much screwed over. They don't need to acknowledge you in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And that is my time for today. Thank you for listening, you guys. I'm going to let you go today with the Alabama Rodeo Stars and their song, Oh Jesus, I've Been Drinking Again. And so have I. Thank you for listening. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I've been off the cuff.
I've been lost, I've been found, I've been wasted around, I've seen trouble on on my way. Well, I've had many dreams as I've been rambling round, but I've never found peace in my mind. Oh, Jesus, won't you help me? Lord, can you see that I'm down? I've been drinking, I've been cursing, I've been sleeping with lots of women, as I've been